What's up, Missy?
Hey, Jess, how are you?
Good, how are you? Long time no see.
I know. I'm doing well. What's going on?
I can't believe it was only just a week ago that we were recording. It feels like much longer time ago.
Well, a lot's happened.
Really?
In the world, in our lives. Yeah, it's just, we've had time off. My kids are home today as it's Martin Luther King Day. And the more time I feel like I spend with my family, the older I feel I get.
and grayer.
It feels like more time has passed.
Grayer, sadder.
Older,
Yeah.
fatter.
All the things.
All the
Well, so
feels.
anything fun happened to you in the past week?
You know, just a little while ago, I had my son talk to our editor, John, as Ethan expressed an interest in podcasting. So John talked to him a little bit about it, and they were talking about things that they could. What are your passions? What are your interests? What could be of interest to somebody else? Because nobody's going to care if you don't care that much about it. So it was really good prompting. And Ethan talked about how he liked some sketchy, weird rap music, which is kind of dangerous because there are rights involved with that and you can't really play it. You could just talk about it. That's weird. And John encouraged him to talk about what it's like to be under the thumb of a super controlling Jewish mother.
That's a show.
I thought, hey. So John said, think back to the last time you sat in the car with her and she took you somewhere you didn't want to go, that she volunteered you to go. And he said, that was yesterday. Because yesterday they went into Philly and they packed, at a warehouse in Philly, and they packed up boxes of non-perishables and they brought them to food insecure families in the greater Philadelphia area. So they went to the warehouse,
nice.
They did the packing, they carried boxes to a truck, they got in their bus, they followed the truck to neighborhoods, and they just handed out food, which they both admit was tremendously rewarding, and they felt guilty for feeling good about, it was a really good experience for them. But what does he now remember instead of that positive warmth and is, oh wait, John's right. She signed me up for that. I went and did that, and I sat in the car and on that school bus on my way into Philly. And so now his podcast is going to be whining about me trying to make him a better person. And I hope he spins it that way, because then I don't feel so bad.
Is that the premise of the whole show?
I don't know. No, he's I don't know.
It should be.
I asked him I said, what if you did it about politics? Wouldn't you love a 14-year-old's point of view?
No.
Of what's happening?
The opposite of that. I want someone who's had some real life experience, not a 14-year-old telling me what to think about politics.
The podcast wouldn't be for you, and it's not what you should think. It's what he thinks.
Right. Let me try. Episode 1, Mom makes me go to CrossFit. There's an episode.
Episode 2, Mom makes me feed the homeless.
Episode
3,
Mom takes me to the SPCA.
Mom makes me share my bar mitzvah with my sister. Oops.
All right.
I mean, that could never end.
All right, I'm the worst. I hope you're happy. I'm the worst.
I'm just trying to make good content.
Now you're just being sensitive.
As if that's a bad thing to be.
Now
You're
just
attacking.
being
I'm allowed to be
sensitive.
sensitive. Mom tortures me. Mom made me a better person. Mom got me into college.
What's
she
that
done
thing
that
at the
yet?
60 seconds at the
Counter.
60 seconds at the counter.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
Mom made me
my
curse.
mom did get me into college.
And if she hadn't, we wouldn't know each other. So thank you.
Now, you say that's such a bad idea, but if I said to you, give me one horrific story about what your mother did to you.
Yeah. How much
Go.
time
That
do you
wouldn't
have?
be it.
One? You want one story?
Just for this episode.
Do you want me to give
Should
you
we do
one
a mom story
an
per episode?
Yes, one mom,
Mrs. Freeman?
one Jewish mom story per episode. Could be one from each.
I'll give you one. One
Okay,
off the
come on,
top of
let's
my
hear it.
head. My first one is in 9th grade, I guess. I was allowed to wear makeup after the age of 13. So after my bat mitzvah, which, by the way, was a year after everyone else's bar mitzvah because I went in school a year early. So I turned 13 way after everyone else in my grade. So they were all wearing makeup far beyond, at least 6 months ahead of me because my mother wouldn't let me. And of course I did the thing where I would sneak it and stuff. But the one thing I wanted to wear just was mascara. I didn't care about eyeshadow or eyeliner because it was ridiculous for a 13-year-old to be wearing those things. But mascara could make your lashes look longer. It's like
Pop.
a little bit of a,
Yep.
yeah, it
Pop.
makes your eyes pop, right? That's the one thing she wouldn't allow until I was 17 because mascara is for whores.
Now there's an episode title.
Mascara is for whores.
That was the reasoning, and there was no talking her out of it. I was like, what do you mean mascara is for whores? Only whores wear mascara. I was like, don't you wear mascara? Not at 13, I didn't. That's where she drew the line.
I don't know that I could add my stories because yours are funny and slightly damaging, but mine are just mean. I mean, mine are soul crushing. Mine are welcome to therapy. Like mine are more like, wow, Mom, I'm ugly. And then there's a pause and she says, do you want a nose job? In my head, I'm thinking, no, Melissa, you're beautiful on the inside and the outside. Oh, no, don't say that. You're beautiful. That never happened. that conversation that happened in my head. So I like yours so much better. Mine are just, oh, really?
Yours are mean, but
mine are
mine
soul
make no
crushing.
sense.
But yours are funny and mine are,
Mine aren't soul crushing. You're right. But they just were infuriating because there was no logical rhyme or reason. And for a Capricorn, that's like the kiss of death.
But you got her back by having that party in her house when she wasn't home. You got her back.
I did. I was 12 when I did that. I gave her lots of reasons not to trust me, but not think I was a whore. That wasn't until later.
When I knew you.
After you started wearing mascara. So she was right.
She might have had a point. She might have had a point.
You put on the mascara, and next thing you know, it's downtown to Horseville.
First the eyes pop.
First train to Horseville.
That's
You're
right. It was the first.
That's the name of this podcast. First train to Horseville.
Mascara is for whores is good too.
Yeah, mascaras for horse. Yeah, okay. I'll keep that one in mind.
I like your stories. I find mine sad and brings us down. So let's stick with yours.
So wait a minute. So when she asked you if you wanted a nose job, what did you say?
Okay.
I guess if the human in this world that's supposed to tell me that I'm beautiful is telling me, obviously she thinks I need one. So yeah, I
What do you
sure.
mean? You think that nose is real? The one on her face now?
Who, me?
Who?
Sure it is.
Me?
No.
Who? Me?
That's nose job nose.
Yeah, this is from Dr. Graff on Long Island, who took real good care of me. But he's dead now. It's okay to talk about him. He ran into some
he
financial
nice?
troubles. He was amazing. He was, you have to go, especially at the ripe old age of 16, you have to go through a psychological kind of conversation with your physician too. They don't, back then, they didn't just, it's a rite of passage for a Jewish teen to have a nose job at 16.
Which nose did you actually have, Mallory's or Ethan's? I'm going to go with Mallory's.
I'm going to say Alan Freeman's. I'm going to say my father's.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have Mallory. I think is Stuart's side, and Ethan is mine.
So you like your new nose better than you liked your old nose, right?
My joke is I picked it.
Aha!
Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Try the
That
deal.
was terrible.
Sorry.
Wow.
It was my joke at 16. So yes, I do like this much better. You know, John, I used to wear my hair diagonally across my face. That used to cover my nose to a certain degree. And my left eye, to be honest. So I could really only see out of my right eye.
So in high school, you looked like Cousin It?
Partially, yes. Yeah.
To cover your face because you
But
thought you were that ugly.
Yeah, but getting into high school, like midway through, I had surgery.
It's ridiculous, truly.
So for the pictures that counted.
You do know it's ridiculous, right? It's not just me.
So somebody said to me, yes, you say that, Melissa, but aren't you much happier and more confident now that you've done that? Yes, but you know what else would have made me happy and confident? Potentially someone who said, no, Melissa, you're beautiful. Like maybe
So
that
I just found a picture of the Mitzvah Corps 1988 on Facebook. You are beautiful. You're by far the cutest kid in this picture.
With the old nose?
What
With the
are
old
you
nose.
doing? Is that on my Facebook page that you're
You're
rooting
tagged
around?
in it, yeah.
That's probably the new nose.
No. 1988? No. I was in 8th grade. You may have, no, it was right before. You look just like Ethan, so there's no way that's a new nose. And you look so cute.
Yeah, I think you can say cute, but when you're, I think I was 16. When you're 16, you want to be more than that. I bought my first piece of lingerie at 16 on my own.
That's inappropriate, though.
But if there's no, that's what made you a whore. That and the mascara. If that's something that makes you feel pretty, that you wear underneath something, like, you went to the mall with your friends and you bought candy, I don't know, what did you buy at the mall when you were 16?
Yeah, gum, candy, and Snapples.
Snapples. Yeah, I remember Snapples.
Oh, and Clearly Canadians.
I'm sorry?
Clearly Canadians.
What's that?
Don't act like you don't know Clearly Canadian.
I don't know what
Those
that is.
cherry flavored clear sodas.
I don't know what that is.
Shut your hole.
I don't know what that is either.
Look
Yeah.
it
It
up.
must
I
have
don't
been
know
a
anything
Western
about it.
Maryland
Look
thing.
at the picture I just texted you guys. She's so cute. I
Oh,
love
no,
the big
it's of
giant.
me. It can't be of a soda that you text us. You have to text us a picture of me.
I wanted John to see how beautiful she was. Her mother should be shot. That is not the new nose.
That
is not the new
That
nose.
is not the new nose. And that is not
But look
adorable.
how beautiful she is. It is adorable.
No.
Shame on her. Am I wrong?
Well,
Kid
here's
has
my
problem.
thing: is you're like the things that my mother did to me were sad, and you're like, Mom, I don't think I look pretty, and she got you a fantastic nose that you are now
proud
now that
owner
you've had
of.
for the rest of your life that you like. So I don't see where was the
Well, that's-
horror here.
Well, the horror is that I would
Because
be.
when you tell your mother you don't feel pretty, you need her to say you're beautiful, you're being silly, the other girls are just jealous, that's why they're mean to you. Whatever. That's what my mother used to say.
But if she would have said that and said, "But we can still see Dr. Nosejob,"
Yeah, that probably would have been the best of both worlds. Not that
Yes.
there's best.
My
in-
mother, first of all, my mother's literally never said to me, "Do you want a nose job?" In fact, I suggested it many times, and she told me I was out of my mind. And that there was no way she was going to let me have one because I was perfect the way I was. That's a real Jewish mother.
Yes.
Her mother
agreed.
got her lessons from the devil. Most Jewish, this is the difference between me and Elsie. Have you ever heard me talk with Elsie about the difference between a Jewish mother and a Catholic mother? A Catholic mother says, so Elsie lets her mother listen to the show, and her mother says, "You talk so much. You never give Jessica a chance to talk." If my mother was listening, she would say, "You should have your own show. You don't need a co-host. You're brilliant. You're hilarious." My mother called me at age 32. No, she died when I was 30. She called me at age like 29, I guess, let's say, and wanted to know why I didn't audition for American Idol. I was like, I'm not that good. Yes, you are. You're wonderful.
That's what you should always
That's a
believe
Jewish
about.
mother.
But Jessica, I'm a Jewish mother and I see flaws in my children. I don't see them as completely shitting rainbows the way my mother-in-law sees rainbows. Right? So
Interesting.
I see the flaws and I try to skate that center line. When Mallory commented the other day about waxing her eyebrows, I said,
Oh my God.
we are not there yet, but when you feel like you are, I would love to go with you, and I would love to make that a mommy-daughter thing. I mean, do we have excess hair places we don't need it? Heck yeah. But she is perfect, but both of my kids, this leads me into my favorite topic coming up this Thursday. Both of my kids have issues with anger. So this Thursday, we are going to counseling.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not.
What do you mean they have issues with anger? What are
They-
they angry about?
Everything. It's
Why?
not the what they're angry about. It's the fact that whatever is happening, they flash to anger really quickly. That was me snapping.
Why was that? Why is that?
I don't know. I want to. So I talked to them about when they were little, they would use words I didn't love, like hate or ass or whatever. And I would say 3 nicer ways. Tell me 3 nicer ways you could have said that. And they would literally sit down and calculate 3 nicer ways. And then we try to use those ways. I used to be a much better parent. And now it's flashes to anger. So I got in touch with a therapist. And when I talked to her about, what we're looking for. And I said, it's kind of tools to better express ourselves. What I really want is couples therapy for my children. Can they come in for couples therapy? And she said, ha, 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 ha. I said, I'm not really kidding, but okay. It's a love and hate relationship, and more often than not, it's now hate. So I want to...
So is it anger against each other,
Yes.
or anger everywhere else? They're okay. They
Yes.
Anger doesn't
Yes.
flare up outside, just against each
Really?
other.
They
Just
only
in our
hate each
home.
other.
Only in our home, and only in our home. If they saw each other out in the world, either they'd ignore it. Would never get to that. But in the house, it's, and I'm tired of hearing, why do I have to? A, I asked you to. B, I'm not asking anymore. I told you to. C, you made the mess. And I'm tired of constantly cleaning up after both of you. Whether you made the eggs or not, you ate them. Your father is cleaning up dog vomit from the floor. I am schlepping out the trash from the last 3 days. I asked you to clean the pan in the sink. Like, it's always why me? Like, they're victims all the time. You're victims of volunteering because of me, but not anything else that goes on in our house.
Have you ever gone on strike?
I don't think my kids would mind not having clean underpants. I'm not saying I do
like,
everything.
Not feeding them, not giving them what they want, not taking them places because they can't do the slightest thing to help you.
So the product of that would be my kids sitting in their rooms, I don't know, elbow deep in themselves. I don't know what the product would be, but I don't think they would mind it, is what I'm getting at. I think they'd be fine with it. Mm-hmm. I would be the one.
You underestimate your power.
Power.
The whole idea of you not being available is the punishment, not the fact that they don't need you to feed them.
They haven't had devices in like 2 weeks now. And last night.
How's that going?
Last night, it's not great. I think that's part of the anger also, that they don't have that downtime of zoning out. Last night, I was in bed and I said, Stu, could you just go down the hallway? The kids are on the other side of the house from us, and it's kind of far, and it's really a pain in the ass. And when
you need like a walkie-talkie.
Well, when I leave the room, one of my dogs in her crate starts to whimper and whine. So I'm like, can you just go down there and just make sure all the lights are off and everybody's in bed? So he goes down and he says, Ethan, where's your iPad? He must have had it for a little bit during the day because he needed to do something for school. And he said, it's charging downstairs. So Stuart comes in and crawls into bed. And I said, where's his iPad? Well, Melissa, he said it was charging downstairs. I'm like, you're an idiot. And I get up and I slowly and quietly walk across the house and I see the blue glow in his bed.
I would have beat his ass.
And I said, are you fucking kidding me? And he said, I know, I'm bad. I'm like, what? I know, I'm bad. And I took his iPad and I walked into our room and to Ethan, exactly. To Ethan, it's, are you fucking kidding me? And to Stuart, it's, you're a fucking idiot. Like, why do you trust this boy? He lied straight to your face. It's charging downstairs. Also known as it's under the blanket, and the second you walk out, I'm on Instagram. Right. So now I had to take his watch too, because I let him wear his watch, which is an
my God.
Apple
How
Watch.
much more you next take his pants.
I've done that already. I've done that. Strip him down. I told you I kicked.
God.
Did Stuart tell you that I kicked Mallory out of the house when she was like 4? She used language. I said, that's strike 2. And I said, at 3, you pack a bag. And so she had a tough day that day. She packed a bag.
Mallory should have the show about my overbearing Jewish mother.
I said they should do it together because if
They
it becomes
should. That's
at all
the podcast.
successful, then they can get into college on that.
There it is. That's the podcast.
But do I want to encourage them to do a podcast about what a bitch I am?
It's not about you.
It feels like it is.
You know what? It's probably cheaper than therapy.
Well, I'll tell you on Thursday. I'll tell you if she's any good, if she's any. Well, also I'm not going to lie. I'm a huge advocate of therapy. Going and talking to someone. Not everybody can have a podcast. Going to talk to somebody, getting your feelings out there, feeling heard, having an impartial person say, I hear what you're saying. I get it. Let's try this next time, and maybe you'll get that out of it. Like, I do that with them. They don't give a shit. They don't hear it from me. I'm not.
That's because you're not an impartial party. You're someone trying to control their lives. And even by trying to therapy them, you're trying to control their lives.
Yeah, I was going to say, what if you just stepped back and let them work it out themselves?
They'll kill each other.
They'll kill
That's
each
not
other.
I
true.
can tell you that.
They will kill each
Emily
other.
and Nathan used to, Nate would never hit her, but he would take a beating. He wouldn't dare hit Emily, but he would, but
he's older,
because
too.
here's the thing. He was much bigger than her, but she would beat the snot out of him. And if he even tried to defend himself by holding her at arm's length,
Right.
you pushed me. He's pushing me.
And that turns into, you never touch a girl. You don't do that.
which he already knows.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they would kill each other. Some children do not just stop. And some do. I don't think I ever laid a hand on my sister growing up. I called her mean and vicious and horrible things. We used to call each other pig.
That's
You're
nice.
a pig.
That's
It's
nice.
terrible. It's terrible. But I never hit her, never laid a hand on her.
I had a friend who used to call her sister. Well, it's funny. This friend of mine from youth, Stuart, used to have a huge crush on her before he and I ever knew each other. And she used to call her sister, they used to call each other Carrot. Shut up, celery. Oh, Mom, she called me a carrot. And I'm like, wow, in our house, it's you're a fucking dick. In your
Yeah,
house, it's
yeah.
carrot. Yeah, that's
Wow.
not good. We've got
Yeah.
anger issues. I'm not saying my kids don't come by it honestly. I'm saying give us all the tools to live in a more harmony-filled, more harmonious situation. I'm doing hand gestures now that you can't see, but they are like flowy, get along, be happy sort of household is what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't give me that, legalize. What? Never mind. That's really all I want from her. I want her to
Legalize.
give us tools. I have tools. I want her to give us tools.
Yeah, that'll be helpful
Yeah.
for
we'll
about a
see.
month, and then we'll go back to the way it is.
Okay, but at least I could say, so I don't know if I could say the name of this therapist, but every time something comes up now in the house, we're like, save it for doctor. We'll just call her doctor. Save it for doctor, even though I'm confident she's not actually a doctor. Save it for doctor. So we keep saying that. And they're like, yeah, Mom, save it for doctor. I'm like, yeah. Don't turn it back on me.
Yeah.
I hate that.
So, not to change the subject,
Do
but
it.
my husband said the funniest thing, and I know you'll appreciate it. But, I don't remember why this came up. Probably because we were potty training Isaac, and I went to Fresh Market and got him, you know how they have, the bulk candy? So I got
That's
a little...
so frustrating.
What, candy?
Potty training.
Oh, tell me about it. Oh, I'm in hell. So I go to Fresh Market and I fill it up with chocolates, thinking that I'll give him one, every time he pees, which, by the way, is totally backfiring because now he'll say, "Can I have a piece of candy?" And then I go potty. And I was like,
Oh, he's
no,
playing you. Okay.
no, you go potty, then you get candy. No, I get candy, then I go potty. No, you don't. And it's every time, every day. So anyway, I was looking around for this, bag of chocolate, and I go, "Where's his little chocolate pouch?" And he goes, "I want a chocolate pouch. I want a chocolate pouch. Can I have a chocolate pouch?" And Scott goes, and I go, "You don't even know what a chocolate pouch is." And Scott goes, "That's what the Germans call it. You should hear what they call a shower."
I love him.
I know, it's so funny. I don't
I
even
love
think I
him.
did it justice. He was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I think he may have said, what if that's what just the Germans call it? You should hear what they call it, Charlie." It was a total warning. It made me lose my shit.
So when your kid is old enough to get it, you're in trouble. Just
To
like
get
I'm
that
in
joke?
trouble. Yeah, to get all of your jokes. I'm with you.
Well, he would have forgotten. I almost forgot that joke. If I hadn't written it down on Trello right then, I would have forgot he ever said it. Because I'm that old as well.
Chocolate pouch. Who doesn't want a chocolate dick? Yeah, you're right.
You should hear what they call a shower. I was like, that was funny. Yeah, his jokes are never on the level of Isaac. They're always on my level.
Someday they will be.
Fine with me.
But then by then he'll
Fine
be
with
like
me.
a dirty old man.
Yeah. But I mean, who? Scott or
Yeah, sitting
Isaac?
next to
Oh,
me.
Yeah.
A dirty old man sitting next to me because I love his jokes.
Yeah, his jokes are funny. You watch Mrs. Maisel, don't you?
I saw it. Yeah, I loved it.
Sometimes I don't want to like it because it's cliche that a Jewish girl would like Mrs. Maisel,
Too Jewy.
but I do.
yeah.
It's so Jewish, but also it's like, of course you like it because you're a Jewish woman, and that's fine. But I don't just like it because of her. I love it because of Susie.
Yeah, Susie's the best character in the show.
Like that. There's a scene where Susie is following her through her apartment to get the stroller and then up to the parents.
Yeah, with her kid that she doesn't realize is her
to
kid.
grab the kid and then come back down. And the whole time Alex Borstein is talking, and that entire monologue was fucking
hilarious. Yeah, it was hilarious. She's the best part of that show.
Yeah, I didn't know I was working for the Pope. Are you the Pope? Are you having the Pope over? What's going on here? Who sets a dinner for 30? Is
And
it
everybody-
30? I think I counted 30.
And everybody sees her and they're like, "Sir?"
I know.
Like,
Excuse me, sir, you can't be in here.
it's clearly a woman. Like, what are you doing?
She's clearly a woman.
Yeah, she's the best part of it.
So funny. It's so funny. So yeah, I love Mrs. Maisel, but I feel like I shouldn't because it's expected of me.
But so you need to talk to your non-Jewish friends and see who still likes it. I have friends who love it that aren't Jewish.
I have lots of friends who love it that aren't Jewish.
Don't
But
feel
I don't
like
want to be that girl who's like, of course she loves Mrs. Maisel.
nobody ever thought that you would do something that's expected of you.
I'm not sure what that means. If it's is that an insult? I'm
Would
not
I
even sure.
insult you?
I think you
Stop.
might.
I would never. No, I would never expect you are a much stronger, independent person than someone who's going to like something because it's expected of them. You like it because you like it. You can't question why you like it.
I hate going along with the norm.
It's
don't
really
do
good,
that
though.
to
It's
me.
really funny.
Yeah,
It's really well written. And it's written by the Gilmore Girls folk.
which I never watched ever.
I think you'd like that, too, just because of that
Really?
smart, quippy. I mean, not the teenage angst part of it. I could do without that
Right.
now. But back in the day, I loved that part too. But the verbiage, the dialogue, it's sharp. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, and their tea. Are they always drinking tea?
Coffee. Yes.
Coffee or tea?
In which one?
Gilmore.
Coffee. Always coffee. Coffee.
thought it
Always
was
drinking
tea.
coffee. No. They're coffee people. They don't speak unless they've had their first cup.
Well, that's Lorelai.
Yep. And
I don't think Rory
She
was a
picked it
coffee
up
drinker.
when she
Yeah,
got
maybe
Of
she did. Yeah.
all people to watch Gilmore Girls, you are literally the last one I would suspect.
Who, me?
Who?
Yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I was a
yeah, you.
huge fan of Gilmore Girls. I
That's
used to watch it
fascinating.
every.
Is it
Well, first
Lauren
of
Graham?
all, it was Lauren Graham. Yes, she was the hottest MILF at the time. Probably still is.
God.
But listen, the day that they knew what they were doing in the pilot. She comes running downstairs in a pair of Daisy Duke cutoff shorts and puts on boots and throws her daughter in the car and drives her to school in a flannel shirt. And that was it. I was hooked. I'm like, I'm never missing an episode.
I'm never turning this TV off out of fear
No.
of missing an episode.
And the fact that she was funny and sexy and cute and all that,
All
she
of
just
it.
carried the show. Yes.
And she had conflict with her mother. Shocking.
Yes, she did. How about that?
She could have been Jewish if they weren't so waspy.
That's true.
They are so waspy, though.
Yeah.
So Lauren Graham now plays the mother. She's a voiceover artist in my son's latest favorite show. And it makes me want to stab myself in the ears, actually. She is Mrs. Hauntley in Vampirina.
Oh, really? I was thinking about
Which is
Nate. I wasn't even thinking about Isaac.
I wish it was Nate because Isaac likes a show that's basically geared towards girls. Not that I even care. I don't even care about that. But what's annoying is that, like, first of all, it's about vampires, which I don't know why he's obsessed with. And Lauren Graham is actually a rather good singer. And now that I know it's her, and the dad is James Vanderbeek.
Oy.
And he sings a lot in it too. It's a Disney show, so there's like a lot of little mini musical numbers. It's just interesting. She's like, "Hello, Vampirina."
Could you transition him into the Backyardigans?
Probably not. He's really into vampires. He's so unique because, like, he runs around with a cape acting like a vampire. And then he talks about vampires constantly. And then when you say, "Isaac, do you like vampires?" He goes, "No, I hate vampires." And he says it the same way every time. "No, I
Oh.
hate vampires." I'm like, "No, you don't. I hate vampires." And then he'll go, "Do you like monsters?" And I say, "I like monsters." And he goes, "No, I hate monsters." But that's all he watches.
So I used to work with a woman whose daughter's name was Rachel. And when she would say hate, my friend would always say, hate's a strong word, Rachel. So I had kids. I brought it home with me. And every time I hear the word hate in my head, I say, hate's a strong word, Rachel. And my kids now say, hate's a strong word, Rachel. They don't even know Rachel. Rachel is not even a human in there. So for Isaac to be screaming, I hate vampires, I wanted to say, hate's a strong word, Rachel. But he would have been like, I'm not Rachel.
John, have you seen Lauren Graham in
Bad Santa?
Curb? No.
No. Bad Santa is my favorite Lauren Graham movie.
No, Curb Your Enthusiasm. She's a little fluffier than we're used to.
I like it.
Yeah, it still works for me.
I like fluffy.
I'm not saying it bothers me. I guess I'm surprised. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Both age and she's yeah. I'm fluffier.
You know, the thing with Lauren Graham I've never really liked is her nose. Let's tear her apart now, shall we?
Why would we do that? She's
I'm
lovely.
Kidding.
How dare you?
She's lovely.
Kidding. I don't like that nose. It's piggy. I don't like that.
She's lovely.
I
hear what you're saying.
Her nostrils are an odd shape, and that's what. I mean, I'm not gay, so it doesn't matter if I think she's attractive. Let's be honest.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with it, but you certainly can't take my word over John's because I'm not looking at her in the same way. I'm just picking her apart piece by piece.
As somebody who's spent their whole life staring at people's noses, I think she's fine. I think she's great.
I don't see anything wrong with her nose.
It's not wrong. It's just weird. It's like her nostrils are huge.
She's 50 years old.
Holy crap.
She'll be 51 in 2 months.
She does have beautiful smile, beautiful eyes. She's
Sarah Jessica
pretty.
Parker is 53. Did you see that coming?
Shut your hole.
I know, 53. And I think she's promoting this TV show Divorce she has on. And somebody said, I think she was on Colbert, and he took out a picture of her and said, here you are at this age in this year. She said, I wish you wouldn't have said that right here on television for all to see. But you were only 8 years old in 1653. And I quickly did my mental math. She's 53. And she's pissed that he's got a big mouth.
Why the long face, Jessica?
What do you mean?
Are you kidding me? That face of hers? She could
Sarah Jessica Parker?
Mac the Knife. Her face looks like a crescent moon.
Are you talking about SJP?
I mean, yeah, he is. He is. I wouldn't say she's a classic beauty.
Oh, I think
but
the
I
way
do think she's cute. You don't think
the
she's
way
cute? She does
Lauren
have a very oval face. A very oval face.
Oval? Okay, maybe. I guess that would be oval.
I think she has a very earnest.
And
whatever.
she's done something lately with her eyes that they look lifeless. Or maybe it's just the black makeup around them.
It's probably the black makeup. You know who else does that? Our friend
She looks
Katie.
like a zombie.
It's what she does is she blackens the waterline around the entire eye, up and down. It's
I
like
agree with your
inside
mother.
eyeliner.
Mascara's for whores.
Oh, come on. Everyone rocks mascara. Speaking of that, I'm going to talk about myself some more. So sometimes I like to watch YouTube makeup tutorials. And there's this one I particularly like, Stephanie Lang. And she introduced me to magnetic eyelashes.
Yes, I saw them on a Chihuahua recently.
On a Chihuahua?
Yeah, somebody posted a video of them on a Chihuahua.
That seems like abuse. But probably easier to put on than it is on your own self. I won't lie about that. It's not that easy. I bought them.
Yeah.
First, Laura, my sister-in-law, got me a cheap pair, like, I don't know if it was Ardell or I forget whose they were. But the cheap ones, the half lashes, they only go on the outside. So you kind of look like Betty Boop or like a cartoon character because towards the middle of your face, there's like normal lashes. And then as you go towards the outside, they wing out. And it just looks, to me, it looks unnatural. So I wanted a pair that went all the way across.
Because they don't curve. Right. They don't curve around.
Well, right.
They just go out
they're
like
magnetic.
wings. Right.
Yes. So the magnet ones, rather than have a magnet in the middle, they have one on each side. And so the magnet underneath has to be two of them instead of one. And it's nearly impossible to do without poking yourself in the eye, because what you're actually doing is, I mean, you're not gluing them. So it's two magnets, and then you sandwich your own lashes in between the magnets.
Right. Right.
So like So like first you put it on the outer corner and then you magnet that one in place. Then you stretch it over to the inner corner and you magnet that one in place. Well,
Whores.
this is hard to do when you can't see on that
Right.
side.
And if you wear glasses or in the first
Forget
place,
it.
there's no way.
I will
right.
You know what? Contacts might actually help because if I did poke myself in the eye, it wouldn't hurt as much as when I'm trying to do it without contacts. So I mean, like I just got them yesterday, and I've been putting them together and trying to fill with it, and I just got annoyed. So then, oh my God, John just posted in Trello the YouTube of this dog. Oh my God,
Is that the
it's
Chihuahua?
ridiculous.
Is that
Yes.
the Chihuahua with them? That's what I was trying to. Yeah, that's what I was
That
trying to
is
find.
ridiculous.
Right?
I
That's
hope
her.
that they're not, as long as they're not the glue ones, that would be bad.
No. Those have to be magnets. So who would do that to a dog? They obviously love this animal.
Psychos.
No, they love this animal. I can't think like that. But yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ridiculous. Yeah. So anyway, so they're cool in the sense that I have a feeling that by using the glue ones, I may have damaged my own lashes a bit.
Well, didn't I have a party that you showed up to with glasses on because you glued your eye? What'd you do?
No, I went to have extensions and the girl didn't know what she was doing.
Okay.
And the glue was drippy. And so she got it in my eye. And
I want
it
you to know
burned and was
the way
painful,
you
and I had to go
feel.
to the eye doctor.
Yeah, the way you feel about the eye boogie thing.
Oh, you don't do the eyelashes thing?
I don't. I wear I whore it up for mascara, but that's about it. They have things that you could paint on there. My girlfriend Michelle just told me she had these long lashes at breakfast the other day, and I asked her what she did, and she just painted on this clear thing, and her eyelashes grew in thicker. And why are you torturing yourselves? What are you doing?
I have a thing about the lashes. I really think it makes my eyes
Well,
look
you have
prettier if
really
you have
nice
long-
eyes. Yeah, you have really nice eyes.
I really think when you have light eyes that you should have dark lashes. I think it really makes them pop. And so that's what I've been trying to go after. I also have this thing that I got from Rodan and Fields. It's called Lash Boost. And you put it on your
I think
lashes.
she's a Rodan and Fields rep. Maybe that's what it is.
Who?
This friend of mine that I was...
Yeah, it really works. My sister's lashes are so flipping long. She says she has to cut them with a scissor.
That's what she said. She said she had to stop using it because she started wearing her sunglasses and it hit the edge of the glasses.
Yeah,
with
it's
her.
ridiculous.
So do that. Why are you gluing and magnetizing, and can't you just paint them with something?
Well, that, first of all, because that requires you to do it at least once a day, if not twice, which I have a hard time remembering
Twice
to
a
do things.
day. I don't even take vitamins often enough.
I have a hard time doing stuff like that consistently just because I'm forgetful. But then also, fake ones are fun. They're kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. They're a little bit fun. So I've just been playing. It's just fun. I also bought the mink ones that like the Kardashians use.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
They use mink
Fur?
eyelashes like Oprah. I can't tell. I don't remember if it's certainly not a mink's eyelashes. It's like, yeah, fur. They're fur eyelashes, I guess. But they're so thick and fake looking that I can only wear them if like I'm going to the governor's ball or something.
To me, that appears like drag queen. To me, that's drag queeny. I like
now, that's
your
not
clear
fair.
blue
I have
eyes.
a picture of myself with these fake lashes, and I think I look hot. Hold on, I'll send you that too. I think I look pretty good. It was for Isaac's birthday party, and I think I'm adorable.
Because when your kid turns 3, what you really want are popping
Again,
eyes.
I was just playing
All right.
around. It's just fun.
I don't go anywhere.
I'm not
I don't
trying
need
to
to do
impress.
that.
See, you're under the impression I'm trying to impress people, when the truth is we both know I don't give a shit about anybody else. I was just playing around to see how it would look. Here it is. And I think I'm adorable. Here, I'm going to share it with you. These are the fur ones, the fake ones, the mink ones.
I'm assuming they're all fake, right? We're talking
They are
about all-
obviously all fake, but these are maybe overkill. You're right. For a birthday party, it was
we'll
a little
have
bit
this-
overkill.
We'll have
but I
all these
think I look
pictures
cute.
in our show notes.
No, but they will be in in text message in a second.
Well, then that's mean that our sole listener can't hear it, see it.
That's right.
That's right. You get nothing. Those are lovely.
Real-
You look
I mean,
beautiful.
do I-
Why can't that go in our show notes? They're gorgeous.
What do you think, John? Those are the mink ones. They don't look real,
Their
though, do they?
eyelashes?
They're fake eyelashes.
Those are fake eyelashes. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they
mink.
look very, very nice. So you look good. I
Thank
didn't know that they were different from your normal.
I feel like
Oh, yeah.
So hard to figure out what's actually.
But look close up, like they're so furry. They
What
do
the-
look like mink fur.
Not the guys,
not-
they're not.
No,
I
not to
mean-
guys. No, of course
guys
not.
just don't think like that. Only women think like that.
Those
did-
are put on with glue, though.
Ugh.
And like, I think when I take the glue off, it takes off my own eyelashes, and then I'm left with zilch. So like, I don't want to damage my own eyelashes. So I'm trying to grow my own eyelashes. And the magnets at least will not yank my own eyelashes out, which is always what you want. That's my real hair too, which also you'll never see again.
Your real hair?
Well, my hair is starting to grow in like full on white.
What? Like
And
from a
so-
trauma? Like you went to the top of Mount Sinai, accepted the 10 Commandments, and came
It's
back down
like-
white?
I would say at this point it's like 80% white, not even gray, butt ass white.
But like white, the good white? Because when I have
Yeah,
white
it's
hair.
pretty good.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm
Not
considering
gray.
I'm considering encouraging you to
I'm not gonna let it grow in because I can't, because it looks like when I have roots that you can see my scalp because my hair's so dark that I look bald.
oh,
So I have to start getting highlights every time I go until it's like butt ass white blonde. And then when it grows in, it will look normal.
I wonder if women should have a stamp on them that says what % is natural. Like what
Oh my
% is
God.
actually real?
Do you really care? How much do you actually care though?
Kind of
Do you feel tricked by my
Little bit.
eyelashes? You feel a little bit.
are you deceived? You feel cheated?
Deceived, yes. Because guys don't
No.
do that. We don't do any of that. You know,
No,
in
but
nature.
you don't have the same kind of societal pressure.
You know
to
what
be
you do? You
beautiful that
pull
we
your
do.
shit together, you put on cologne, and when you wind up sitting on the couch on a Sunday afternoon, elbow deep in your own pants, coughing up phlegm and swallowing it, we look at ourselves and think, where was this when I was dating you, when you were wooing me to get me to say yes? Where was all of that?
Mm-hmm.
You definitely put your not so true face forward, foot forward, whatever.
Really? I don't know that. I mean, to be honest with you, and I say, it's funny in nature, the male is the one that's all made up.
Yeah, the
in every
plume.
other animal.
Yep,
the
yep.
male duck, the male
Peacock.
Right. Everything is to attract the women. Where the human species, it's flipped.
Right,
Where
because women are smarter and they know that you need to be sparkly to get the attention.
That's not really true, to be honest with you. Let me just tell you something, ladies. If you decided to stay in your own funk for about a month, we'd come around.
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we
that's
would.
True.
Honest to God, we would.
Although I have said to Stuart, no, honey, really not now. I haven't showered, and he does not give a shit if I
No,
have
that's
showered.
true.
He does
Nope.
not care.
Sometimes that's even a little bit better.
Oy vey.
That's I
It's
said,
really
but
not.
I don't want to because I feel gross because I haven't showered. He said, you don't. I'm fine. I'm like, I'm not talking about you. Yeah.
I mean, that's true. They would still come around. I don't know. It's also a matter of like being. I go back and forth between wanting to be all natural, no makeup, no nothing, and playing with makeup because it's fun. That's how it is for me. I don't necessarily feel like, oh, I have this pressure to be perfect and look wonderful. But I do know that when I'm at like something like Podfest or Podcast Movement and
Yeah,
I
rein
know
your
someone's
shit in.
going to take my damn picture,
Yep. Pull it
I'm going to
together,
wear
woman.
false eyelashes because otherwise it looks like I have no eyes. Like they're tiny, teeny tiny. It just makes my eyes look bigger. So when I'm having my picture taken, so that's another reason why I did it for Isaac's party is because
But she's not doing it
I
to
assumed
deceive.
someone would take my picture. Yeah.
What?
She's not doing it to deceive. She's doing it to accentuate something like her eyes, which are
Yeah.
already slamming.
Yeah, man. But I find it interesting that you feel deceived.
My theory is that you women do this just to look better to other women,
That's true.
so they don't talk about you. It's not
That's
about
true.
attracting men or anything.
well, not
I don't
anymore.
think they would talk about me if I had real eyelashes. I don't think that would make a difference.
And men get blamed for this, but to be honest with you, if it wasn't for men, you women would still do it because you have to climb the ladder of women.
We wouldn't because I went to summer camp and people only showered when there was a dance at the
How old
boys'
were you?
camp. 8 to 18.
Okay, so I think that we're beyond the camp years. I would still say that now in the older generation, you would still continue to do that to impress women more than men. I think women wear makeup, do all the stuff that they do with the clothes and all that other stuff to actually impress women more than men. Just my theory.
Oh, I'll tell you, married women don't dress for men. We definitely pull our shit together. I don't think it's to impress other women, but to
I don't think so either.
present so your friends don't worry about you.
Worry?
Yeah.
And who don't
Are you sick?
something are you okay? Do you need to see someone? Is there something I could do for you? You're falling apart, bitch.
okay?
Pull it together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for support.
So if women decided to go natural and be their natural selves, the first thing your friends would do is show up and throw you in a car and take you to therapy?
Or to a movie or a bar, or therapy isn't the answer for us. It's what are you going to do about it? It's comfort. It's Haagen-Dazs. And then talk to you. What's going on with you? Why have you let yourself go in such a way?
I mean, our friend did that to me 8 days after my daughter died. I went to go see Melissa, and a bunch of my friends were visiting her for New Year's. And we were talking about Emily and this and that. And then I remember, we were talking about the candy from Melissa's bar mitzvah, from her b'nai mitzvah. She had like a bucket of candy in the basement.
Yeah.
And she knows that I love it. She was like, let me go get you some. I'll get you some of the leftovers. And I was like, and I just did a side comment of like, yeah, I guess I don't really need that much candy. And our friend says, yeah, speaking of that, what are you going to do about that? And I just kind of looked at her and I was like, well, I'd planned to do a lot more about it before my kid died. Now I don't know what I'm going to do about it.
Like, could you give me a full 2 weeks to mourn before you call me horrible names to my face?
Literally 8 days after she died.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I was like, I mean, it had been on my New Year's Eve list, but it's kind of fallen, like, I don't have a New Year's Eve list anymore.
Resolution number 1, crawl into a hole.
Stop being friends with you.
Crawl into a hole. Resolution number 17, crawl out of the hole.
Yeah.
Have a snack. Let's slowly. Again, walk to get the mail. Let's start slow.
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. But, what can you do? I mean, I don't know. Do you think that we dress up for...
No, I definitely think we do it for other women. I think we do it a lot now. At my age, I do it for myself because I have my face watching my kids and seeing their perfect natural highlights and their smooth, perfect skin. And I pass a mirror and I'm horrified by what I see. I am horrified. And it's scary to me that I have let things go. So I will go upstairs if I'm leaving the house, I'll say, and I've never worn makeup. It's just maybe a swipe of eyeliner in college and a hint of lip gloss, but I've never worn makeup. But as you age, your skin changes. Everything changes. Yeah. So to go with those changes, you don't realize the difference just a layer of something on your face evening out your skin tone makes. Not even with makeup, just a coat of something to make you one color and not 7 colors, ranging from blotchy to fire engine to whatever it is. And that actually makes me feel better. Mm-hmm. So if I can make me feel better, I'm projecting a better feeling that makes everybody feel better.
Yeah.
And we'll discuss this on Thursday in therapy.
And the other part of it is also when you're so like, for example, to Melissa's b'nai mitzvah, I'm there representing her friends and I don't want to embarrass her.
With one eye glued
or like
shut.
When we went to yeah, right. Or like when we yes.
It was fixed.
Or who invited Popeye?
Left eye.
Yeah,
it was fixed by the time nighttime came. It was fixed, right?
No, I still wore glasses.
Your eye was open though, wasn't it?
Open, yes.
Okay.
But I couldn't wear contacts, and I was furious about it. But, like the memorial, too, like when she and I went to the memorial for Janine's sister-in-law, like we put on makeup to
we pulled our shit together. Who are those clowns over there? Oh, those crackheads I know from college.
There's a lot of reasons why I guess people wear makeup. We wouldn't have had to start, though, if we weren't trying to get a husband from the get-go, right?
Yeah, but it's evolved tremendously. I mean,
it
I
has
definitely
evolved
feel,
tremendously, but the original reason was you better pair off or you become a spinster.
right, let me squeeze this berry on my cheeks and
So he'll like me better than her.
right.
Yeah.
He'll notice me, right?
Misogynistic.
Sad.
How did we get blamed for that?
I just told you, you don't get blamed for it. Our mothers pushed us towards it. Our mothers still push us towards it because I only went to the University of Delaware because my parents insisted it has a high Jewish man percentage.
That's
I'm
crazy.
not even joking.
And look what
They didn't
happened.
even care.
Look at
what
the
I
dog leg
majored
you
in.
took. Right. Look at the dog leg you. Well, why? Because you're going for an
Some
MRS
would
degree.
say that was subconscious rebellion.
Yeah, maybe. Probably.
Others would say it was low self-esteem. Tomato, tomato.
Still no reason to put eyelashes, fake eyelashes on a chihuahua. I mean,
Tomato, tomato. Potato, patata. What can you do? La-di-da-da.
last night we went out to Morton's for dinner. And it was one of those we're in the pool kind of conversations because I started talking.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So I started talking to the kids. You know, a friend, her daughter went out to a party and she vaped at the party. So that's a real huge problem in the high school now, actually middle school also, vaping, mostly because you don't know what you're vaping. Oh, I just did. It's just water vapor. You don't know what's in that chemical only because it's been here for 2 years. There are no
Tobacco,
studies.
first of all.
If they're tobacco, yes, it's like a pack of cigarettes, a vape. But also,
That's true.
if it's not it is much higher concentration of tobacco than I'll get you the statistics. But even if it's not,
I'm not going to do it either way.
no, but well, I know you're not going to, but it's really dangerous. And even if it's not nicotine, if you're doing it to get high, that's another one. And you have no idea what concentrate is in that crackle or whatever they put in there.
True.
And
true.
what if it is just a banana flavored water vapor? You don't know what's in that banana. You don't know what formaldehyde they use to make the smell of banana and the taste. You do not know what you're doing. So why would you do
True.
that? So my girlfriend looks at her kid's text and her kid's text says, like I look at my kids' text every once in a while, can you bring some, if you have extra, can you bring cartridges to the party we're going to tonight? I was not conservative enough with my own, right? So she sends out this text to my girlfriend's daughter. My girlfriend sees it on her daughter's phone and flips out because it's after the party already when she looks at it.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? What is this? Besides the fact that somebody's contacting your kid and they see them as a source for something that you know they shouldn't be doing, and you,
Right. Scary.
she also this kid actually happens to have pretty bad asthma at times, so for her to be inhaling anything seems like a very poor choice. So she got in some trouble. But, you know, we're at dinner last night, we're talking about this, and we talked about how our kids don't really go to parties. They hang out with like their weird, Ethan with his weird squad of friends who I love, that he's got this, he's one of them. It's not like they're weird and he's the kid. And no, they're all like tweaked in a super smart and socially kind of way. And Mallory has her nugget group of super bright, although they are definitely becoming more typical girl interesty group. So we talked about how, oh, well, you guys don't really go out so much. You stay in or have friends or we go out together. And I told this story. I said, my big fear is that you're going to go to college and everything is going to be on the table. You know, you're just going to do everything and then you're done. Like, that's it. You'll drop out of school. You'll fall off the end of the earth. Something terrible will happen to you because you just want to experience everything because you didn't experience anything.
Wait, I can't tell. Are you encouraging them to vape now, or are you projecting they'll drop out of college later?
I'm making them aware of the fact that just because you haven't done something doesn't make it something you have to do. I'm putting it out there as
Clever.
my fear for you is that you're going to make super bad choices because you made decent ones in high school. You're just going to lose your mind. Please don't lose your mind. There's nothing good that can come of just jumping naked in the Jell-O pit. Like, just totally sensory. I just make good choices is really what I was going for. So Stuart's like, I don't know what led him there, but he starts talking about pulling out And Mallory goes,
What?
Mallory goes, what's pulling out? And I said, something his parents should have done. What are you doing? I just looked at him like,
the hell?
Shut up. So he's like, no, some people use it as a form of birth control. And so our super nice Morton's dinner morphed into,
That's exactly what my head was doing.
Moved
Abort mission.
Yes, moved into use condoms, even if you're whatever sexually transmitted diseases, which is definitely something Ethan studied last year in health class, STDs. He thinks they're hilarious. So this
Some
all,
of them are hilarious.
it all turned, so it went from like the drugs of vaping into birth control and forms of, and I went from, then I ordered my Kettle One Citron lemon drop martini, no sugared rim, please. And everything got a little better when that kicked in. But I have to tell you, I was not prepared. It's ladies out there, if you are out there, when choosing a partner, please ask lots of questions like dental. Show me your teeth. Or you have good dental history, psychiatric history. Like look into things like who's going to do the parenting when it comes to drugs and sex and adolescence. Adolescent parenting is very important. These are things you need to know ahead of time because Stuart literally picks me up, throws me under the bus. All right, it's definitely figuratively, and it is a pet peeve of mine when people say literally and don't mean it. But he throws me under the bus every time. Every time I'm relaxed, he makes me overparent.
You know, I used to always like pull Scott back because I want to talk about something in a casual way, and then all of a sudden his panic sets in and all of a sudden everyone has syphilis and gonorrhea. And I'm like, all right, let's dial it back a little bit. I'm just saying this, and this. I don't, but it almost sounds like you came out with guns blazing and all he did was add to the panic. It sounds like I don't know.
Ethan was coming up with things I could talk about today. I said, I'm good. Like, I don't really need that. He said, well, you could tell the story about that girl, your friend's daughter and I said, I'm just grateful that you guys, as far as I know, I mean, you could be out there in the bathrooms of high school making bad choices, but I like your friends. I don't know. I like that it looks like other than lying to your father's face about using your devices, you're making good choices, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, you could also tell Ethan that it's not the Ethan Brilliant show, but the Melissa Brilliant show, and that you don't necessarily need your child's help to come up with topics for your show.
Yes.
Just like he's not going to appreciate it when you come up with topics for his.
Well, he wants to have a show, which is why he's constantly thinking about it, so.
Oh, well, that's exciting, but just say, why don't you apply this enthusiasm to your own show?
And if you don't think that Melissa's going to go in there and tell him what to do and what to say and how to do it, you're out of your cotton picking mind.
I don't like the turn.
I know.
I don't like the turn this is taking.
Just saying.
Which part?
I don't like it. The attack on me. That part.
By the way, I learned recently that saying that cotton picking mind, which my mother said constantly growing up,
going back to Jim Crow right now. I can't handle it.
Is extremely racist. Yeah.
Oh, stop it! It's not racist.
Oh,
it's only racist if you make it racist. Cotton picking is it's cotton picking. That's all it is. You could be taking it out of a pill bottle. That's cotton picking. If you want to turn it into racism, it'll be into racism.
I think it means slaves picking cotton.
Well,
but
that's not what I meant.
think it was it was a colloquialism that my mother constantly said, probably without realizing it was referring to slavery.
Here,
I'm not buying into this. I'm not going down this
get your
rabbit
cotton
hole.
picking hand. All right.
You have lost your cotton picking mind. 5 racist English phrases with a seriously awful history. Okay?
Yes, there you go. Okay, so it is a normal phrase now.
Yes. Number 1, sold down the river.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Wait, what is this article?
It's one of the most offensive
5 American
5 racist English phrases with a seriously awful history.
Okay, what's the next one?
So the first one is sold down the river. The second one is no can do. Oh, what was that?
How is that bad?
This is a common phrase, may seem really American, but it actually got its origins in a bit of nasty white mockery, people making fun of Chinese pidgin English. The phrase popped up in 1827.
I know can do.
I know can do. Right. I can't do that. In this respect, it's similar to the phrase long time no see, which first was reported as being said by Native American pidgin English.
I didn't know about any of these.
Yeah.
I mean, I only knew cotton picking, but the rest of these are
How about the phrase?
so much more offensive than I thought.
Yeah. Number 3 is getting gypped.
Which has to do with gypsies.
To
Who knew?
to gyp someone is to swindle them out of something.
Did you know that?
No. Oh, number 4 is off the reservation. Well, guess what? I don't know anybody who says that, but you could absolutely see that derivation. And the last one is cotton picking. Are you out of your cotton picking mind?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Did you know any of those? Did you know any of those besides cotton picking, Missy?
No. Well, I mean, if I thought about it, but if I were sensitive
If you thought
to
about
it,
off the reservation, you would have thought about it?
off the reservation is the
Could
one
you
I
have
would
ever known no can do?
No, I wouldn't have.
I thought it was Southern no can do, Padre.
But the other one is Ethan and I had this discussion about what you put on ice cream, those little tiny,
Jimmy's.
Sprinkles?
yes, Jimmy's.
Why are they called Jimmy's?
They're
That's
called
a-
Jimmy's in Jersey.
The Jimmy's is racist. Hold on.
No way.
Yeah, that's when he
Stop it.
came home. Hold on.
Is it
Stop it.
really? No, it's not.
Everything's racist. Let's just stop the nonsense. Everything's
Hold
racist.
on.
Jimmy's
Is
racist.
Jimmy
Hold
a
on.
slave?
The entomology of Jimmy's. Hold on.
No way. Oh my Lord.
It's the word for chocolate sprinkles.
Yes. Well,
Oh.
no. Jimmy's can also be rainbow sprinkles.
too.
Oh my God, that's gay.
Oh,
The rainbow
stop it.
sprinkles. Now we're what's it when you? I'm going to do an Elsie.
No
What's it
way.
called when you say something bad about somebody? It's a derogatory term against.
She explained that because chocolate sprinkles are black, early Bostonian racists referred to them as Jimmys because of the Jim Crow laws.
No shit.
Well, the rainbow sprinkles are called Jimmy's too.
The sprinkles are called Jimmy's.
Yeah, they're called Jimmy's because I used to work in an ice cream parlor when I was 14. And then he would say,
Yeah.
I would like Jimmy's. And I would say chocolate or rainbow. And they would tell me. So they were all Jimmy's.
Yeah. Just
That's
because it became
amazing.
universally used does not mean its derivation wasn't initially racist.
I mean, that's true. Cotton picking may not be.
That's not how it's
Racist
used now.
now.
It's just picked up, but it doesn't matter
Well,
because,
no can do also.
I mean, it's not like the phrase Jew 'em down,
No, it's not like that. It's
right?
not that
Because
overt.
that is
Right.
holding
Although
a word
getting
in there.
gypped is obviously gypsy, but I mean,
I don't
do
know
we
that.
know any gypsies now?
I don't know that I would have known
they
how to
still
spell
exist?
gypped.
GYP.
Yeah, I know. Looking at it, I'm looking at the article, so I know that it comes from
I want
gypsies,
to
but
love you.
don't know that I-
GYP.
pretty young
Young
thing. PYT. All right, so let's drop this from
They're
our.
still discriminated against in Europe. Is gypsy a thing still?
Or,
Where are they from? Romania?
well, you know, Hitler came for the gypsies first.
But where are they from? Is it a religion? What is it? I don't even know. Why are we even talking about this? It's supposed to be a funny show.
Because I said cotton picking something and everybody lost their mind.
You ruined everything. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think anybody lost their mind. I think we're good.
Hold on.
Yeah.
My mind is still very much intact,
Yeah,
and I
we're
didn't
good.
even take my ADHD medication today. So you should still be impressed by me at this point in our time.
I didn't realize you were unmedicated. I am very
I
impressed.
am unmedicated at this moment, but I had coffee, so that helps. Caffeine does the opposite for an ADHD person than it does. So I did that instead. And I'm going to go get an iced tea in a minute because I don't drink Coke anymore.
How do you feel?
No different. Tired. Moody.
You mean your tea?
No, I'm fine.
Your tea and your coffee has not caught up with the caffeine content in your body?
She's going through sugar withdrawals. It's not the
It's probably
caffeine.
sugar. No, I mean, I've gone down to a non-carbonated sugar tea. But the instinct is to just get a Coke. And you wouldn't believe the muscle memory that makes you want something that you don't even want. And did we talk about this already? Like Birch beer, for example. There's this place down the road called Jimmy John's. And it's not like Jimmy John's people know across the land. It's like a
Hot dogs.
privately owned hot dog with the casing still on kind of place. Right. So, like, did you just hurt yourself? Are you okay?
It's so gross.
That's a drop.
Well, besides the point. Besides the point, though.
Yeah.
Scott loves this place because his pop-up used to take him there when he was little.
They have trains.
And,
They have trains.
It burnt
they
down.
have trains. It built back up. They built it back up. Isaac loves the trains, and I usually get a hamburger. But the point is, I always got Birch beer. I never drank anything else in that building but Birch beer, and so I haven't walked in there lately. But I know the next time I do, I'm going to be able to taste the Birch beer.
I feel that
There
way
are
about
certain
Grottoes.
places-
Yep, Grottoes does that
Yeah.
for me. At Grottoes, I
There's
have to
certain-
get a birch beer.
Yeah. Or but lately when I walk into CVS and I'm waiting for a prescription, I always get a Coke. And now I'm not going to not be able to get a Coke. It's going to be very difficult for me to walk in there and not taste Coca-Cola. It's just hard. It's like your body gets trained. I'm like a Pavlov dog. It's awful.
Yeah, they're tied together for you.
I'm going to have to retie it to something else like sugarless gum.
Yeah, I don't think that's good because the sugar
Xylitol or
substitute,
whatever?
yeah, the sugar substitute is making your body want more. They say that gum is not the answer.
What's the answer?
The answer is being
What's the answer, Beanpole?
being a stronger person than I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuart came home with a bag
Exactly.
of cheese curls the other day, and I'm like, "Why the fuck did you buy cheese curls?" He said, "Because I know you like them." Yes, but I like to sit and eat the whole bag. Like you can't bring that in the house.
I was pretty annoyed with my sister-in-law recently because Isaac came home asking for cheese curls.
Once you
know.
get started, you can't stop.
It's not even that. He's 3. He has no business eating greasy, corn popped, fake cheese bullshit.
I gotta go.
Aren't you? Oh, you love them. I
They're
love them too.
downstairs right now. They're calling my name.
I love them too, but I hate feeling like I can't trust her. And Scott's always like, it's not going to kill him. And it's not. But he always comes home asking. Last time it was M&M's. I want M&M's. Can we have M&M's? And I always look at her like, what are you doing to my kid? He becomes obsessed.
Like a
the
dog with a
thing, he's
bone.
allowed-
Yeah.
Yeah. Like with the thing he's allowed to have over there. He becomes obsessed. And the candy was such a bad idea because I already knew he had a sugar problem. I should have never tried to potty train him with sugar. I don't know what I could have used instead because I guarantee you he wouldn't give 2 flips about a sticker. I know it's candy, and at school they do chocolate chips, which is probably what I should do here because they're, probably semi-sweet and not as disgusting as
And they
gummy
come in
worms.
the
But I
mini
did have
size.
5 pounds of gummy worms here, so I figured, what the hell?
Oh. I do like those.
Gummy worms are good. He bought me organic. It was a lightning deal. 5 pounds of organic gummy worms.
Gummy
for
worms should not be
Hanukkah.
organic.
And I was like, it's funny because I could have sworn I told you I wanted to be thinner.
I am
And he was like,
grateful
it was a light.
that you
he
brought
was like,
home
it
the
was a
cheese
lightning
curls
deal.
and gummy worms, but
He said it was a lightning deal, and I was like, fair enough, but I don't want 5 pounds of gummy worms. But they were useful in potty training, except for when he started to turn it around on me.
yeah, you got to hold steady. Be strong. Nope. It's a reward. Sorry.
Melissa, if you're not busy the next couple weekends, can you come over and potty train my kid? Because I just don't wanna. I'm so tired of it already.
Can't they do that at the JCC?
They are doing it.
Can't you give them an
He pooped-
extra something,
On
something?
Friday, he pooped in the potty.
Yay!
I know.
Can't you give them
She
5
was like,
pounds
"He's
of gummy
almost there."
worms as a reward for potty training him?
Yes.
That's who you should give the pounds to.
I wonder if I should just start putting him in underwear and wishing for the best.
I mean, that's usually what
You
people
know,
do in
like-
the summer when the kids.
That's
Right.
what we do with my son.
I
Because
don't
we
want
tried
it to
all that nonsense, and he hates being uncomfortable. So we just put him
Yeah.
in underwear, and the next
Yep.
thing you know, he was so uncomfortable. He's like, he started going all by himself.
Yep. I know. Isaac doesn't like being uncomfortable either. And you're right. And maybe this summer it would even be like if I do it in the wintertime, it won't just be wet, it'll be cold.
Yeah,
We'll have
that's
cold crotch.
very uncomfortable. Get yourself a lot of A&D.
Icy cold penis. No, thank you.
Who doesn't like
That's
an
probably
icy
a-
cold penis?
That's probably a drop right there too. Icy cold penis. Stick one in my drink. I'll have that in a margarita.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ew. Ugh. Gross. I'm doing this thing for, PJ Library.
Yep.
Melissa. So for those of you who don't know what PJ Library is, there's this free program through usually your local Jewish federation that when you give birth and you're a Jewish family, they will send you Jewish books for each holiday. And sometimes in between, it's like one a month or something. So like the most recent one we got was like Bim Bam Celebrate Shabbat. And then there'll be like, Sammy Spider climbs a tree for the tree, et cetera and so forth. So they have another addition to this program called PJ Our Way, which is for kids 6th grade through 8th grade, where they're doing some kind of little project. And the women who are running it want them to do a podcast. So I went there and taught them about what a podcast was and had them do an intro and an outro. The outro, one of the girls goes, they were like, "Thank you for listening to our podcast." I say it all together. And then this little girl goes, "Now we're going to have a Jewish ending. Cut."
Cut.
Yeah. Right? She said something like that, right? John, he edited it for me, thank God. Because I was trying to do it and losing my marbles.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
And this is a Jewish goodbye. Cut.
That's funny, right?
That's adorable.
Yeah. They're adorable.
Maybe my
It's
kid can
perfect.
do a
Thank
podcast.
you, John.
Of course he
Why
can.
not?
Especially since he has.
Didn't I have you listen to Tiny Potters?
No.
Go to Tiny Potters. That's my friend Ramona's does a podcast with her kid, or she has her kids do a podcast about Harry Potter.
How old is Ethan?
14.
14.
He could definitely do a podcast.
her
And again,
oldest
like
is
I said,
11.
he has me and Jessica, and if he gets music
Yeah.
and does it, I'll mix his intro and outro.
I
for
even
him.
have music. I have music.
Right. All he has to do is pick it out.
All right, well, he needs to have content. That's the whole thing we've been talking about. He needs to
Told
have
you.
content.
I already gave you the content. That's the show.
Complaining about me.
That's it.
All right.
My overbearing Jewish mother.
I will try to encourage that as best I can. Well, it's not like I don't give him fodder every day. So
It's constant content.
constant content. All right. I'll talk to him about it. I'll talk to him about it. I had two other things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I am always grossing you out, and I want to know something positive.
Does that mean we have to do it again today? Is that what you're saying?
Gross you out? No, I'm not grossing you out.
Good.
I heard my kids use the word trigger the other day, and I thought, what? If it's like the huge buzzword, everybody's
Trigger.
saying, "Oh, this triggers me." So we were watching something, and they were talking about how smells trigger memories and how closely your sense of smell and your memory is. And I was wondering if you guys both had any smell that brings you back to some specific time, moment, memory.
Absolutely. My father
Yeah, of
used to
course.
fiberglass. He was always working fiberglass around boats. So whenever I smell the resin from fiberglass, it makes me think of my father.
So that's a great smell that you could find where somebody else would be like, "What is that?" You'd be
Exactly.
like, "That's my dad."
And there's some stuff like, when he passed away, I still have some stuff of his like somewhere, around here. And if I open up the container and if everything he had smelled like fiberglass resin, everything. So like I'll open up the container and I'll smell that
interesting.
and it'll immediately take me back to where, back to him. So yeah, absolutely.
For me, it's the ocean water. Reminds me of being a kid and being at the beach with my family as a kid because we went 2 weeks every summer. So I don't go to the beach without the second the ocean smell hits my nostrils. It reminds me of being like 4 at the beach with my family. I'm trying to think about anything else.
The smell of tequila makes my mouth water and make me feel nauseous.
Yeah, Captain Morgan turns my stomach from all the times I puked it up in college.
Hey, we're trying to stay
I can't even
positive. Trying to stay positive.
All right, okay. Wait,
Well, you just
okay,
said
wait.
reaction.
I know, but I wanted the good ones. Just
I know. There was this shampoo I always used in high school, Swiss Ives Jojoba,
Yeah, sure. I remember it.
and it was a very flowery, fruity kind of smell. And now if I smell that, it takes me right back to high school. High school showers every morning. I can't believe I showered and washed and conditioned my hair every single morning at 6 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would never, ever do that now.
No.
Maybe I should go back to doing it.
I am more productive when I wake up, shower first, and hit the ground running. It's always a better day. But
When you've showered?
in the morning, early.
I have so much longer of a hair situation when I have extensions, so I have to blow dry
Oh.
the whole thing out. That's why I don't do it as much. But it's true that I think if I could just wake up at 5:30 and shower first thing, I would be so much more productive
Yeah.
in the morning. Tired as fuck.
Is there a cologne out there that you smell and it makes you think of an old boyfriend?
Yes.
Old Spice makes me think of one of my high school boyfriends because my father was wearing it at the time too, and it would make me
Confused?
physically ill when he would wear it. Yeah.
Physically.
Old Spice.
ill.
My father doesn't wear it anymore, but I was like, please stop wearing this. My father.
But
wears
even
it. It's
those,
just gross.
even those colognes, once they mix with each person, it's kind of a different scent.
Yeah, that's true. What
It's
about
this-
Drakkar Noir though? That's a Jewish boyfriend smell. If you've ever,
Yeah. That was a year.
Yeah,
it was
that's
like a
I used to
4
wear that
years.
in the
1990.
late 80s. That was
Yeah.
my smell.
that's a 1990 smell. That smells like just 1990. Drakkar Noir, an obsession for men.
obsession was
It
mine.
reminds me of
You know why
Ari.
guys wore that? Because women love the smell of it. I have a story about that.
Yes, we do. I don't know why.
I was
People
going
still
to,
wear it. I wonder.
We were going to a party, a college party. It was a bonfire. And I saw a friend of mine walking with two girls or something. So I ran over and I had that on. I was wearing that. And I ran over and I said hi and I was talking to him. And all of a sudden, one of the girls goes, "Oh my God, you smell amazing." That was it. I wore it everywhere because
Yep.
one woman said it smelled amazing. And I'm like, there we go.
I wore
It's
it
a
on
little
all my
bit-
bits.
That's
Put
right.
it on all your bits. Yeah.
No, it's
Do
just
they still
around the
make
neck
it?
guy. Yeah, I'm sure they still make
yes.
it.
It was released in 82, which would means it probably percolated at its peak in like 89.
I think I was wearing it in 87.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that
look
sounds
at you
about
ahead of
right
your
to me.
time.
That's right. I was ahead of my time. And the perfume that reminds me of a certain girl is Eternity. Whenever I smell Eternity, which really is crazy now because mostly old women wear it now.
Yeah,
so
it's a
like I
terrible
smell that and
smell.
I'm like, and I turn around, I'm like,
Yeah.
Ew. Ew.
There's also a smell like we used to go to Silver Spring every Sunday for brunch or for Sunday dinner. We lived about 45 minutes north of there. And my dad drove a Cadillac, which at the time would only take diesel. And my mother had this perfume, White Shoulders, and by
That sounds
Elizabeth Arden.
racist.
It's extremely
Racist.
strong and perfumey. Extremely strong and perfumey.
Okay.
And that mixed with diesel
Ooh.
and hunger was like the worst, most nauseating smell. But it also meant like, oh, we're going to see my cousins, my
And
aunts
it's
and uncles. Like I
Sunday.
was always
Yeah.
excited, yet starving and nauseous.
That's a very confusing
memory.
situation right there.
Yes, but like I don't think they still make White Shoulders, but you can obviously you can still buy it on Amazon. Is that racist? Hold on.
White
Stop.
shoulders?
Is
No,
white-
I was teasing you.
you know, I did see a story where someone was saying that milk is racist because it's white.
What
And I'm like, well, what about chocolate milk?
I love chocolate milk better. Chocolate milk's better than regular milk.
And what about strawberry milk?
What about it?
That's an abomination, to be quite honest with you.
It's ridiculous. Why would you do that?
What, strawberry milk?
Yeah. Why are you doing that?
Well, that's strawberry quick. They used to have that.
Yeah,
but I
and they
never
still
liked it.
do. They even have it, in the little bottles that's already made when we go get our breakfast egg sandwiches. It's gross.
Yep, here it is. White privilege and perfume.
We really
I would-
need to dial it down.
I
mean,
was teasing, but okay.
I mean, it's just ridiculous how people are just so. They're just looking for it. Everybody's on a racist hunt.
The problem is when white shoulders are coveted or desirable or beautiful, then by implication, non-white shoulders are lacking, unwanted, and not beautiful.
Yeah, I think that whole thing is crazy. But let me tell you, if a group feels marginalized because
Well,
of
but
a
we're
name,
white, though. We don't know how it feels to not have white shoulders.
right? So if a group feels marginalized by a name or a representation,
Get over it.
oh, I was going the other way. Oh no. Then it is
Then it sucks.
that it sucks, and then everybody should be a little more sensitive to that. I mean, the Redskins, stop it. Enough. What were we
That's
watching?
pretty terrible.
We were watching the Syracuse game. We were playing Florida State, and we lost in double overtime. It was devastating. I don't want to talk about it. So they're the Seminoles, and they're doing like their chant with their arms, like hatch. Like I just can't believe we're still there. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
No. It's really offensive.
It's horrible.
It's
It is. It's horrible.
But there's a lot of stuff that's recent that is pretty offensive compared to how our society is now. Like, were we talking about Shallow Hal? It's a perfect example. Shallow Hal is a good example. Like, Jason Alexander says something about how Gwyneth Paltrow is, like, she says, isn't she beautiful? And he was like, yeah. Oh no, she says that he looked at her like he wanted to tag her on the ear and mark her toe like she was a cow.
Ouch.
And then he was like, there she is. And Jason Alexander goes, which one, the hippo or the rhino?
Aye.
It's really offensive. It's offensive.
Says the man who has a tail. Like, come on.
The whole point of the movie is to show that you could be beautiful even though you're heavy, but the 8 billion fat jokes in it are a little painful now. Back then, I thought it was hilarious. What about in Friends when Monica...
Oh, yeah, she put on the fat suit and is old.
She would wear the fat suit and be fat all the time, and it was hilarious how much she ate and how she was big fat Monica when she was playing sports and, like, perfectly happy with herself until someone said to her, maybe it was Chandler, said something like she should lose weight, and then she got skinny.
Well, I think she might have overheard it. These are not real people, but yes, that portrayal is horrifying.
But the point is, though, like, yeah, like our society, we would never have a show with that now. Never.
Stop giving the words power. Really, to be honest with you, you got to stop giving the words power. Once you give the words power, then you are powerless against them. Just fair enough.
Or why don't you try to be a considerate human being and knowing something hurts someone's feelings, knock it the fuck off.
But you give someone that doesn't care about that the chance to hurt your feelings. It's by giving it power. Stop giving it the power.
I'm not saying it hurts my feelings. I'm saying it's offensive. And it was less offensive then because our society was used to making fat jokes then.
But it is definitely offensive. All of these things are definitely offensive. My feelings aren't hurt, but I could recognize that that's shitty, and I can recognize you don't do that.
Yeah.
My question is for the people who either realize or don't realize, but don't do anything about it and still are just shitty. Don't be shitty. Be kind.
People are just going to do that, and then so what happens is if you let them get under your skin, they will continue to do it. The best way to stop that is to not let it bother you.
I'm sharing a recognition that is shitty.
I don't know if I agree with that.
It defines a person.
Because I think we should live in a world where we're not being made fun of for looking any different.
But when they do make fun of you,
or being shitty,
then you can't, like I said, you can't let that happen. You can't allow that to bother you.
What bothers me is not that when people say it. What bothers me is that when I take my clothes off, I feel shitty about how I look, even though I've given birth to 3 children. And
okay, but that's on you. It's not, in other words, it's not somebody saying.
You don't think it's from years and years and years of being told that fat is not attractive?
John, I'm more in the camp of be kind, do good, show love. How is any of that being kind, saying things like that or having names like that? That's the angle I'm coming at it from. I'm not happy with what I see, but let me tell you. Be kind. Why does it hurt someone to not be a douche? No. Yes, you should be stronger. It doesn't have to do with you. But I'm raising kids too, not to be assholes, not to be douche-tastic, not to make comments about things or race.
Douche-tastic. That's the name of this episode.
All right, ladies, I think we got to wrap this one up. We need an outro.
Wrap it up, slip it, rub it down. Oh, no.
Thank you guys so much for listening to Brilliant Observations. If you want to hang out with us a little bit more, you can go to twitter.com/listenbrilliant, facebook.com/listenbrilliant, and Instagram/listenbrilliant. Also, you can email us at brilliantobservations@gmail.com, and then also check out our show notes on brilliantobservations.com. Thank you guys so much for being here. Sorry if I gave you the big old bummeroo. I was Debbie Downer today. Sorry.
Nah, we did great.
Thank you, Melissa.
Pleasure was mine.
And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, John. Thank you, John. John.
Bye.